everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is April and today I'm going to show you how to make a reversible swimsuit. I made two already, one in green and it's just green on both sides, and then another one in purple and this pink pineapple print one. I made a whole video on shopping for the swimsuit fabric, so make sure you guys check that video out to see all the wonderful fabric that I found. Before we get started, I wanted to say thank you to Wix for making today's video possible. If you guys didn't know, we recently launched our official Coolirpa.com website using their free website building platform. They made it simple by providing hundreds of professional templates for us to choose from, but even with the templates, we had total creative freedom and just dragged and dropped to customize it to our liking. I love how many features we can add to our website using Wix. I made sure to include an online shop because I plan to sell things in the future, and it was important for me to have a blog so I can go on there if I didn't explain things well enough in my videos. If you guys are interested in starting your website today, you can click the link down in my description box or simply go to wix.com/go/Coolirpa. I hope you guys enjoy this video and let's get started. The first thing I did was cut out a rectangle piece of fabric that is big enough to drape a bandeau top in the front. Then I pinned it in place on my dress form and marked out my design. I won't be adding any darts to this top, keeping it really simple, so I just stretched the bottom enough so that it hugs my chest and there's no wrinkles. For the back side, I first pinned the straight edge to the center back and then pulled it to the side seam and continued marking out my design. Now you can lay the pieces down, true up your markings, and include your seam allowance. For the bottoms, I took a swimsuit I have at home and traced the front and back. I want to make them high-waisted, so to do that, just simply measure how much higher you want them to be and follow the angle of the side seam up. After sewing the bottoms, I can alter them to be a better fit on me, and I also made them higher leg at the sides. Once your pieces are finalized, you can cut them out of your fabric. I have one pair in the pineapple print and another pair in the purple fabric. To sew them together, you actually want to face the two front pieces right sides together and pair the two back pieces right sides together. Then sew along the leg curve. On the back side, you'll need to leave a small opening so that you can turn the whole thing inside out later. I'm using my serger, which is the best and quickest option for sewing swimsuits because you get the most stretch and it just already cleans up all the raw edges for you. But if you don't have a serger, you can use a stretch stitch or zigzag stitch on your regular sewing machine, and also make sure to switch your needle to a ballpoint needle. I actually sewed the first green swimsuit using a regular sewing machine and it turned out fine. Next, flip the top side over so that both pretty sides are showing, and face the front and back pieces right sides together to sew the side seams. Flip the suit right sides out and you should now have a seamless leg seam and the side seams attached. Now to close the waist, I first marked the two front layers, then I turned it inside out from the bottom so that you can access the two front waist seams and face them right sides together. The markings will help you not confuse which sides you're sewing first. We will only be sewing the front waist together from side seam to side seam. Once the front waist seam is sewn, turn the bikini back out and repeat the same thing to the back waist seam. Turn the swimsuit back inside out again, and you'll see that the waist is now finished and seamless. Lastly, we just need to close up the crotch seam by flipping one side inside out so that it can be faced right sides together to the other side. The seam is just a small circle, so it might be a little challenging to rotate it and sew it together underneath your machine. Then use the small opening we left in the back side earlier to turn everything right sides out. To close up the opening, you can hand sew it closed with a slip stitch or simply top stitch it down with matching thread on your machine. Moving on to the bandeau top, cut out 2 layers and sew each top separately at the side seams. Then face the 2 bandeaus right sides together and sew along the top and along the bottom, but leave about 2 inches open at the ends. Turn the top inside out, and if you want to put padding in, you can do so at this time, and then match up the seam in the back so that the pink is facing pink and purple is facing purple, and sew the center back completely closed. Once again, close out the small opening by hand sewing it or top stitching it closed. I did it by hand on the green swimsuit I made, and I top stitched on the pink one, and I definitely prefer the hand sewing because you can't see any stitching at all and it just looks a lot cleaner. A last minute thing I decided on was to stretch and sew elastic down the center back. Without it, it kind of just looks baggy in that area since there's no elastic sewn around the leg holes to pull everything together. Just don't wait until last minute like me to do this step. I would sew the elastic in the very beginning. And here are the finished swimsuits.
It's just the way it is, love. My childhood was a bore, my feelings got ignored. Now I get back to now, love. Got me feeling like I stepped on legal, stressing on my way to work. My way to work. Smiling like a rover, try my best to cover up how much it hurts. You know it hurts.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope some of you try this out and make your own swimsuit this year. And if you're interested in building your own website, you can simply click the link down in my description box or go to wix.com/go/Coolirpa. See you guys next time. Bye!